All right, Sixer Nation, we have more breaking news. That is right. It has been a wild week. The Sixers are set to move to a new arena, and now they are retaining their absolute superstar. We will get into all the details, and things are ramping up quick. We have training camp in just over a week. We'll keep you updated with all the details, but welcome in to Philly Take with RB. I'm RB. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the coverage. Let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into it, okay? I just got up a few minutes ago, and this came out around 8 a.m. Eastern. We thought it was probably going to happen, and it happened just a week and a half before training camp. Shams Charania reporting, no more Woj. No more Woj. Shams bomb just in. Joel Embiid says he is signing a contract extension with the Philadelphia 76ers. The one-time NBA MVP will sign a 3-year, $193 million max extension with the Sixers with a player option in 2028, 2029. Sources tell The Athletic. We knew the Sixers had this on the table, but it is nice icing on the cake here to end off an incredible, magnificent offseason. More on this. The Sixers and Stars center Joel Embiid agreed to a max deal, and this brings the contract to a new total of 5 years with a value of $301 million. Ladies and gentlemen, give me your instant reaction and take on this down below. I'll give mine in just a second, but I do want to highlight what Joel Embiid said. Quote, I started a Sixer, and I want to be right here for the rest of my career. I had no idea when I was drafted as a 20-year-old kid from Cameroon how lucky I was to be in Philadelphia. Through all the ups and downs, this city and the fans have been everything. And I'm so grateful for how they've embraced me. I want to thank Josh, David, and the entire organization. Philly is home, and it's time to bring this community an NBA championship. So shout out to Joel Embiid. Beautiful way to kind of encapsulate that. Arthur staying with the Sixers. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a Sixers draft pick one day. Joel Embiid's incredible, okay? Here's a couple more pictures, and he also put this out on his Instagram. Philly's home. I want to be here for the rest of my career. Love this community, everything you've given me and my family. There's a lot more work to do. You guys deserve a championship, and I think we're just getting started. Trust the process, okay? Listen, man, in a day and age where superstars are trending to the best teams and, you know, they're just joining the best talent and they're taking the easy way out, Joel Embiid is the exact opposite of that. He is doing it exactly how it should be. He is sticking with his gut. He's sticking with his team, despite the ups, despite the downs of the entire organization, despite everything this team has put him through. He's saying, you know what? I'm willing to battle through those times. I'm willing to stay with the team that drafted me, that gave me an opportunity. I didn't start playing basketball until I was 15 years old. I'm willing to stick it out and do what it takes to win a championship for that city because he recognizes how special the Philadelphia fans are, how special the vibes of this city are, and just how immaculate this sports town is. And I don't think he would want to play for any other team. I'm being honest. Even if the Sixers were the worst team in the league, I think he would want to stay in Philly because he knows how much it means to him. And it's just incredible. And from the Sixers perspective, I know people might be frustrated down the line saying, oh, well, you know, you're going to pay him this much. Can't worry about that, right? This is a no-brainer. Joel Embiid is one of the best talents in the league. He's an MVP caliber player. You have to ride it until the wheels fall off. Sure, you have to get him better help. And hopefully this offseason was the biggest domino in being able to do that. But you weren't going to let Joel Embiid walk away after the next 2 years, right? You were going to bring him back here. You have to hope he stays healthy. You have to find better ways to manage that. And if he does get another big injury, a catastrophic injury, then, you know, unfortunately, the contract's not going to look good and it's not going to work out. But you have to hope he stays healthy. You bring in more reinforcements. You bring in Paul George. The Sixers are going all in and they're able to retain their biggest chess piece. So I am personally glad that Joel Embiid is back. And let's try to make a little more sense of what is happening here. Okay, so this was Joel Embiid's prior contract. Okay, he was scheduled to make $51.4 million this year. He still will. And he had 55 next year. And then he had a $59 million year in 2026. However, that is now voided. And as we look at the new contract in 2026, he'll now make 59.5 as an estimate. 2027, he'll make $64.3 million. And then 2028, he will have that player option of $69 million. It's crazy to think with the numbers going up like this, how you could turn down a $69 million player option. But look at some of the other contracts that have been signed already. The numbers, the figures are similar, okay? That's just how the salary cap is projecting and how the numbers continue to go up year over year. But this is a great move for the Sixers because, one, you're paying them early. You're not going to have to pay them later if you would decide to do so. You lock them up for a couple extra years, and it kind of lines up with the Sixers' interests as well. And it keeps them here to at least age 33, which, you know, Joel Embiid has gotten injured a lot more than other players. Who knows when his body will ultimately start to really break down. But, you know, the latest you could have him potentially is age 34, which I don't think is terrible. I mean, you have stars out here signing till they're 41 years old. I think this is a really good contract. And if we go ahead and look at the Sixers cap table, shout out to Derek Bodner, a quick breakdown. Joel Embiid, let's see if we can move this over a little bit so we can see 2027. There we go. So 2027, $64 million. And then he has that player option now of $69 million in 2028. Paul George's last year of his contract is 2026, and then he'll have a player option in 2027. And Tyrese Maxey's last year of the contract extension he just signed is in 2028. So realistically, they're going to go all in here 2024, 2025, 2026. And then in 2027, if they wanted to run it back again, Paul George could opt into his contract, or they could potentially trade him. They could go all in on that year, and then they could decide what to do after that. So really, I would say this window now, the next 3 years, is very vital. It's very important. It's probably going to be the last window we see of Joel Embiid, along with PG, and we'll see how Maxey continues to blossom and develop. But overall, this makes sense for a variety of reasons. Joel Embiid is here to stay, and to be quite honest with you, he deserves it, okay? He deserves it for what he has had to endure with this organization. I know there's going to be the naysayers and the negative Nancy's that are, oh, this doesn't make sense. Look at how the numbers are going up. Look at what some of these other stars are going to be paid. You'll be surprised in a year or two when some guy signs for $75 million per year. Look at the contract Jaylen Brown got. I know he won an NBA championship, but at the time last year, everybody said, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It makes sense within the business, okay? And the last thing I'll say, I'm not here to sell Joel Embiid to anybody because we already know how I feel, but just look at these numbers, man. From being 20 years old, drafted with the Sixers, from going through all the different superstars and everything he's dealt with, no superstar, I say this a lot, has had to deal with more than what Joel Embiid has. And just look at the improvement. He was on a historic great stretch last year before the injury. They have to find a way to keep him healthy. If they do, this guy could not only cement his legacy as one of the greatest Sixers ever, but to hopefully deliver a championship to this city. So that's where we're at on this fine Friday morning. A great offseason, capped off by Joel Embiid extending for 3 more years. We knew it was coming, and now we are ready to gear up for training camp. Give me all your thoughts down below in the comments section. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.